I'm Melissa Nagin, a board-certified lactation consultant and a mom of 3. For the last 7 years, I've helped moms to overcome their feeding problems with their babies. With so many different options on the market today, we have to figure out what is best for you and your baby. But before we do that, let's hear from some moms about some of the feeding challenges that they've had.
Cleaning the bottles is a big hassle. At the end of the day, when I'm supposed to have time to relax, when my husband gets home from work, I spend that time washing bottle parts.
As a mom of 2 and a pediatrician, I actually like bottles with disposable liners because then you can just throw them away and you only really have to clean the nipple.
You know, people say colic's usually the first 3 months, and my son started having problems as soon as he turned 3 months.
And he got very frustrated during feeding, very frustrated, really angry.
I found that with my first daughter, I was using regular bottles and she had a lot of gas and a lot of colic. Now with this daughter, I'm using the drop-in bottles and I find I haven't had any problem from the start with colic.
When I've used liners in the past, I have had problems where when you put in the formula and the water that there is spillage.
It can leak all over the place.
I was pouring the breast milk and I was finding that I was spilling and losing, and for me breast milk is like gold, so you don't want to lose one drop.
So now we've heard about some of the issues that moms have with feeding their babies. I'm here with Chuck Renz, who has been designing and developing products for Playtex for over 9 years. Plus, he's a dad of 2, so he understands what works and what doesn't.
Moms have a lot to choose from when they're selecting a bottle. 2 basic choices that moms have is a latex or a silicone nipple. That's because these are the 2 preferred nipples for babies. Babies really take to latex and silicone because they're very soft, pliable, more like a mom's breast. Another key feature on nipples is whether to go wide or narrow. Wide nipples really get babies to open up and feed more like they do during breastfeeding. For formula-fed babies, they can use either wide or narrow. It's really the baby's choice whenever the babies take to. The problem with an ordinary bottle is that air getting into the bottle actually gets into the formula and then eventually gets into the baby's tummy. Pediatricians recommend that when you feed the baby should be semi-upright, at least. The nursery promotes fully upright feeding. The liner's collapsing and no air is getting into the system. So when the baby's drinking, the liner's actually collapsing, similar to what's happening in your breast. What I use with my kids, and what I think is by far the best bottle, is a disposable system. Every liner is pre-sterilized. It just drops in, you fill it with breast milk or formula, feed your baby. Most of your store brand liners just hold 8 ounces, so you fill it up with 8 ounces and then there's no room left over for powdered formula. Playtex actually has a relatively new product called their expandable drop-ins that actually hold up to 10 ounces. So there's plenty of room for mixing powdered formula.
So now you've heard about all different feeding challenges that other moms have, and hopefully after today you've gained some clarity and learned about other new bottle choices and feeding choices for your baby.